It's not a robot, it's a droid.
Oh my god.
What? It's true. Well, I guess maybe technically that's a robot, but still. Like, who calls R2-D2 a robot? He's a droid. He's an R2 droid. It's a unit, you know. So he's got, I forget exactly how many parts it is. It's like 2,089 or something. It's 2.5 feet tall. And it was super cool because it has moving parts. And when you think of Legos, do you ever think of moving parts? You don't, do you? You think of like little plastic blocks that are stationary. But this is much...
Ugh, spring.
You should eat local honey.
For what?
If you eat local honey, you build up an immunity to the pollen in the area.
Sounds like an old wife talking.
No, it's real. Listen.
I don't hear anything.
Exactly. Jersey honey.
Wait, I thought you were a vegan.
I am a vegan. I'm a honey vegan.
Oh, you're a honey vegan.
I'm a vegan who eats honey.
If you eat honey, you're not a vegan.
Not arguing semantics with you.
This is not semantics, this is Webster.
Being vegan does not mean you're perfect. Being vegan means you do what you can every day to minimize cruelty.
Charles Manson was a hippie too.
Is that him?
Well, if we finished with this Pulp Fiction banter, I guess we can go find out. We're looking for John Phillips.
Well, that's me. What? Who are you? What's going on?
We've been looking for you.
Long time. You're a slippery one. But now it's time to face the inevitable. Your journey is over.
I think you have the wrong person.
Person. Ha! Hanrahan, please confirm we have FKAF.
FKA. Ah! God!
FKAF confirmed. Also known as Jonathan Herring Phillips, aka John Phillips, aka Johnny Philly.
I have never gone by Johnny Philly.
In the 1980s, you played bass guitar in a glam rock band called the Sex Jacks. 2 X's in sex.
Oh my God, I did go by Johnny Philly.
That time was not yours to rock.
What?
You were born August 16th, 1971.
Born. Ha!
Yes.
What do you remember?
About my birth?
Yes.
Nothing.
So you admit you have absolutely no recollection of your birth?
Yes.
How would you feel if I told you you were never born?
How would I feel?
If I told you
That I was never born.
that in fact you do not exist.
Irritated? Confused? Mostly terrified?
Doesn't know how it feels. As clear an indication as I've ever seen.
I don't exist.
Not in the eyes of the law.
I was never born.
Right.
But here I am.
Exactly.
It gets it.
So you're not going to make this hard then.
What are you talking about?
Completing the procedure.
What?
Does the name Monica Ellen Rogers mean anything to you?
No.
Bingo.
You just slow down a little bit, maybe explain it to me as you would a child.
How dare you?
That's a little insensitive of you.
Just rub our
I
faces
do
in
not
it.
know what you were talking about.
We can't explain it to you as we would a child because you... Are you at least familiar with the procedure most commonly known as
An abortion.
Of course.
Monica Ellen Rogers scheduled an
Abortion.
on August 15th, 1971. It was to be a late term.
Abortion.
She was 30 weeks pregnant.
With you.
Her state allowed it.
But she's not my mother.
Of course not! She aborted you. She chose to abort you. She exercised her God-given right and hard-fought American freedom, walked into that clinic and said, "Get this thing out of me!"
But, you see, there was a group, a rather militant pro-life group. Well, you call them pro-life now. But at the time, the term was relatively obscure. But you got the picture.
They go call me whack jobs, bent on destroying our freedom.
This group, called the Army of Life, stormed into the clinic
With guns.
and forcibly stopped the procedure. They held a gun to the doctor's head and forced him to deliver the fetus instead of completing the
I'm gonna be
procedure.
sick.
They then absconded with said fetus, forged a phony birth certificate, and placed him with a loving family.
Monsters.
That fetus was you. Is you. Get the picture? You are FKAF,
I'm sorry?
formerly known as fetus.
I think I'm gonna need a minute.
You've had enough minutes.
So what's happening? What happens now?
We're here to complete the procedure.
I beg your pardon?
To complete
What?
the
What
You
procedure?
know. You know.
Did the abortion?
Yes.
Oh my God, you're gonna kill me?
No. No. No, you can only kill a person. A fetus is not a person.
But I'm a person.
Not in the eyes of the law.
I'm 40.
That you have reached your 152nd trimester is irrelevant.
Tomato, tomato.
I don't think that expression technically works.
Not on my watch, fetus.
John, listen to me. John, this is not helping.
Can't do this to me.
Our hands.
Ow!
John, our hands are tied. John, calm down.
I have a fiance. Her name is
I
Julie.
have
Calm
all
down.
day in a black belt in jujitsu, blitches.
Listen, I know. Really, I know. This seems absurd to you. Trust me, it seems absurd to us too. That this sort of thing is not just legal, it's political. Where this personal act of fear or desperation or hopelessness is turned into a soundbite, a t-shirt,
A poster.
a sloppy, terrible graphic poster. But we do live in that world, John. We do live in that country. Because America's the home of the free, right? We were endowed by our creator with certain unalienable rights, right?
Right.
And a lot of people fought and died defending those freedoms, those rights. A lot of innocent girls and women died impaled by coat hangers in back alleys or fly-by-night clinics
Butcher shops.
before those rights existed. And it's not up to me or her or you or a ragtag group of militants with guns to deny those rights. Monica Ellen Rogers exercised her freedom that day, and her rights were forcibly denied her by terrorists. That is the matter at hand. Everything else is just falderall.
But what about me? Don't I have rights?
Unfortunately, the laws and judgments are quite clear about that point, John. And as a lot of murderers of pregnant women not serving a sentence for double homicide can attest,
A fetus is not a person.
it's not a perfect system, John, but it's the only one we have. And what's the alternative? Do we let those Baptist idiots with signs and pipe bombs win? Or do we get to the getting to?
We get to the getting to.
Excellent. I promise you won't feel a thing.
So, what do you do? How does this work?
Stab you in the back of the neck with these.
Jesus! Can't you just shoot me?
I don't think you quite understand how an abortion works, John.
Calm down.
Sorry, where's my line? I have a black belt in jujitsu.
The end of him, I'm like sort of, my last line is, this is not helping. John, this is not helping.
And then
you
I
I have
say,
a black belt in
Okay,
jiu-jitsu.
that's what okay.
Alright, so
And it's
Sorry.
like simultaneous with him saying, I have a fiance, Julie.
Oh, okay. I have a fiance, Julie. I have a black belt.
Okay.
Can I just say it there?
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so we're still rolling,
Rolling.
and action.
You can't do this
John.
to me!
This
Help!
is not helping. John, this is not helping.
I have a fiance.
Our hands.
I have a black
are-
belt in jujitsu.
Okay.
I just random fact about myself.
All right.
I'm sorry.
What is your line? I have black belt.
I
jiu-jitsu
have
and
all day. I have all day in a black belt in jujitsu glitches. That's the line.
Okay, so you're gonna say, John, this is not helping. This is not helping, and then when you
Yes.
say not helping twice, I'll say, I have a fiance. Her name is Julie,
I have all day in a black belt in jujitsu glitches.
and that'll sort of then you can do.
And then I start. Yes,
All
yes,
right.
yes, yes,
You
Sorry,
ready?
sorry.
All right. So you have to top me on I have a black belt. When I say her name is Julie, you have to top me.
Okay.
We're still rolling.
Yeah.